What up, everybody? Today is March 17th, 2021, and I got a special treat for y'all today. We got a 1-year CORONAVERSARY throwback edition of the No Broadcast. I hope that you like it. What up, everybody? This your boy P-Funk, aka TBSP, the Bus Stop Philosopher, on YouTube. You're watching the No Broadcast. All right, everybody has seen, if you haven't been living under a rock, that coronavirus, COVID-19, has become a pandemic. It's spreading all around the globe, and it as someone who could remember, I can remember precisely where I was on 9/11, and the eeriness of there were no planes in the sky that day. And it was eerie. There was you ever been somewhere for city dwellers, and I've been living in Chicago. So for city dwellers, if you ever been to a place that's so devoid, you don't hear the hum of the car tires, you don't hear the hum of the electric transformers, the airplanes, the trains. There's an eerie feeling to that. And there's an eeriness that came after 9/11. And initially, there was one strike where one tower was hit. And then between that first strike and the second strike, there was a lot of confusion. Everybody's not sure what's going on. Second, third, fourth, everyone knew what was going on after that. But in the initial strike was taken, it was just a big ball of confusion. And, as a citizens of country, we didn't know we was coming and going. And so, people started flying in flags on their cars. People started kind of uniting behind the idea that, hey, our country is worth saving and it's worth something, and we'll never forget the people that died, and we're going to take care of our own and our heroes, and defend our sovereign land. So with this latest, which has been declared now a national emergency, but it's really a world emergency, we watched the stock market go up 2,000 points one day. Next day, down 2,000 points. I mean that the other way around. Down 2,000. Then here's another, it's like in between announcements. First he announced this, stock market's plunged. Then you announce that, stock market go back up. And it's plunging. And, that's instability. That's all that is. That's not a stable stock market. That you can say it's, an all-time high, but before you know it, you took an all-time loss followed by another all-time high. So it doesn't, the net gains are not there. It's just gaining back it's like going to a casino that you can never leave from. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down, but you're never at a point where you say, all right, I've made it's so profitable, or it's time to cash out or whatever. So I was looking at how, this pandemic have kind of traveled, it struck Europe, and then, first it struck Asia, then Europe, and the Americas. And it's a global problem that needs a global response. And it needs a global cooperation, which we don't have right now. It's too complicated for the people that we have in charge around the world. It's too complicated for them, because here's a thing that, I'm talking about the virus now. Here's a thing that threatens human life, and it threatens greatly human commerce and trade. And all they're worrying about is commerce and trade. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, this is, shutting down, this business or that business, Sports are shut down. Large gatherings are shut down. Lots of things, schools, whole countries shut down, locked down. This is like 9/11 because it's not going to be the same after this. Period. Period. Because what happens in this situation, or what the between strike one and strike three, is there's no acknowledgement from the people in charge. There's no acknowledgement of how solid the problem is, or how, like, there's no cooperative, like, everything is fractured, everything is scattered around. So there's nothing around that. And so we won't be back playing, like NBA suspended their season, others suspended their season. It won't go back to normal, to like how it used to be, the same way that riding on the airplane wouldn't go back to normal after 9/11. Now, they want you taking off your shoes, or x-ray you, or, whatever, screen you some kind of way, change the procedures, or the documents, identification, IDs, or whatever. But it's not going to be like before 9/11 where you breeze through. Now you got to have the right container, the right documents. You got to take off your shoes. You got to, provide a lot more than you had to before. Same as now. What's going to happen is we're going to see our folly in the whole endeavor. The government in the United States is lagging way behind on testing. And it's because, hey, we don't have it. We got to buy it. Now, it's got to go through everybody's hands. It's got to go through Congress, and the president has to sign this shit, and then the states got to get it, and then they got to distribute to the counties and the cities. Tulsi Gabbard, she's still in it. She was on, I think that's Rising. She was saying, hey, we need a UBI just for coronavirus. Give these people money so they can go out and take care of their fucking business, instead of they trying to tie it to a payroll tax and all of that. Our attention deficit has really fucked us over. It's fucked us over. Airline flights not going to go back to the same. And if you ask me, Boeing is actually kind of lucky, because they pretty much had to stop making planes right before a lot of these planes was going to become not very useful. You see? And yeah, they've grounded planes and flights, but we don't even have high-speed rail to back us up. But that's another story. So basically, COVID-19, the carbon fighter, it's been forcing a conscience on humanity and also on capitalists. We've seen a response from the Middle East, where they dropped the price of oil to, it's like it's worthless now. Not that not worthless, but, it's like we dropped the price 90% or something like that, and flood the market and disrupt everything, because, everyone's trying to stockpile. Okay. In the United States, you got all these people running out, just raiding the shelves, water, toilet paper, hand sanitizer. Look, people not getting the message, okay? If you got a doomsday bunker, then go there. Go sit your ass in there, eat some of them fucking canned foods, and try out some of your fucking luxury items that you got for the end of the world, because it's not the end of the world, but it's the day where the world changed, where we notice the result of what we've been doing and what it's worth. We've been too busy trying to build a fucking wall. That's why we have part of the reason why we have the problem we have now. Our attention been focused on stopping something that we can see, or that we can then vilify or point at or identify. This is a thing we can't easily identify, and we're not even doing the testing to identify what the issue is. We keep getting mixed issues. We'll see. We'll schedule it. Ben Carson, everybody doesn't need a test. This is a test for us. This is to test our resolve and also corporate morality. We have these giant companies, and no conspiracy theory, I have no doubt that, yeah, this is a mutation of the flu caused by runoff of what we make in the pharma, petro, industrial, agro sector. All of this stuff is modify. You modify the crops, and you water them, and they get ate, and they get back into the system. This gonna modify these other little organisms that y'all not paying attention to. So I just think this, yeah, it's an evolution of the flu. And was it engineered in a lab? Yes. Was it engineered deliberately? No. Got it? Engineered in the lab, used for something else probably, make it into the water, along with everything else that's in the water. There you go. You know? They're talking about the cruise ships and everything. They dump all they fucking garbage and bacteria in the water. You got these other big vessels. They dumping shit in the fucking water where they supposed to or not. What do you fucking expect? Okay? So we need to get our shit together, y'all. You know what I mean? Enough with taking photos of food and cats and following Pokemons around and VR headsets. The economy is not going to be the same anymore. And maybe I'll do one about talking about money and all of that, but it's not going to be the same anymore. The same way that riding an airplane ain't the same anymore. Because what's happened here is a shift. A lot of things are shifted. And so it's the same thing, but it's not going to look the same anymore. It's not going to look the same anymore. And they're going to say, oh, wow, you remember when it was like this? And it's just be the good old days all over and over again. So anyway, thanks for checking me out. Check out my channel. Hit subscribe. Help me out. Hit the like button. Send some comments. Share the link on your social media accounts. None to lose, everything to gain. You know, so I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you. And I'll see y'all next time.